Well, welcome back again, guys. Thank you for joining me once again in my kitchen. Today, guys, I have in mind to explore, okay? And I'm going to explore today by doing something that I'm pretty familiar with, but with a twist. What I'm going to do today is to make some jerk salmon in your oven, okay? This is an easy way to entertain a friend of yours who is not familiar with your culture, probably, and you know, you want to make them something that is tasty, refreshing, and classy or elegant, for that matter, right? So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna jerk some salmon. We're gonna cook a healthy meal because we're gonna do some quinoa. We're gonna do some, my favorite, on the side, and then we have just a regular herbs and stuff. So we have some ginger, we have some green onions, some thyme, and a regular onion. All right, guys. So what I have here that I'm going to apply to the fish. Remember, salmon is a very oily fish, and you don't want to overpower the fish with the seasoning. So what I'm going to do is just go lightly, very lightly with the seasoning. You're just going to put enough of the jerk. Today I'm using the jerk marinade, and I'm just gonna put enough to add a little bit of smokiness to the fish. Okay, so I'm gonna add some black pepper, some seafood seasoning. I added some salt already, just to do a light drizzle. You don't have to go overboard, like I said. Alright, you just want to enhance the flavor, you don't want to change the flavor. So and in this you have everything: garlic, onions, and so forth. I have some all-purpose seasoning, light drizzle. Okay, flip them over and repeat. I put a little bit of black pepper, just like that. Flip them over and repeat. And then, guys, we're gonna add our jerk marinade, and I'll give that a quick toss. I'm gonna put probably about, I would say, a tablespoon, okay? And I'm sure about that this time, tablespoon. Right there. Okay. You can make your own marinade if you want, if you have the time. I think at some point I'm gonna make some on one of these videos. I'm gonna do some from scratch. I don't think I've ever done that so far. If you can get it in the can, it's a convenient way, so you won't have time to always do these things. Alright, so make sure that you get a little bit of sauce of everything. So now I have the rack in the oven preheating. So I'm gonna let this sit for about 5 to 8 minutes, and then I'm gonna just put them on the rack, place them in the oven, get things rolling. Stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, so I've gone ahead, I added some oil on the rack because I don't want the salmon to stick. And I'm just gonna space them out individually, nice and evenly, so they get enough space to cook. So then spread out like end up on a beach. Alright, so I have the oven preheated at 425, and this is what I did, guys. I want to show you this real quick. It's because we're going to do it in the oven, it's going to drip. So what I did was I put a tray with some water to collect any residual that may fall from the rack. Okay, so I'm just going to place these right above that water area, like so. Woo, hot. Make sure you wear gloves, don't get burned like me. Alright, we're gonna push them in, and we're gonna just let that cook up. Okay? In the meantime, I'm just gonna put a sweet potato on the side because we're gonna use some of that potato to make a very delicious sauce. Okay, guys, I am just doing my first check. You can see why we put the tray with the water at the bottom, collect all the residual, otherwise it would be smoky and causing all kind of damage to into the oven. So look at them. So what we're gonna do is just turn the rack around so we can get an even cooking, and then we're gonna flip it. But before I flip it, I'm gonna make a base. All right, if you want to stick around, you'll see what I'm gonna include in that ingredient. Very simple, guys, but it looks good so far. So guys, I'm gonna make a baste for my fish. It's very simple, guys. This is just an extra. Really, you need oil, you need soy sauce, and you need a lemon, half a lemon. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is squeeze probably about half a teaspoon in it. I'm gonna put some honey sriracha. Okay, this is gonna give it a little bit of a sweet kick. Soy sauce is gonna give it a little bit of a salty flavor, so we'll put a couple drips in there. And then the oil is gonna allow me to just glide over the fish. Plus give it this beautiful golden color when it's grilled. So we're gonna mix this nicely so everything comes together. And then we're gonna baste it over the fish. If you have some cayenne pepper, it would be ideal for this application as well. Guys, you know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I didn't really want to give away this recipe, but because I love it so much, and I say, you know what, this is good food. Make the people them try good food. Alright? So that's our base, guys. Okay? You can add some other things to it if you want to put some honey, like for example, just a little drip like that for sweetness. Remember, you're not trying to change the flavor from the fish itself, you're just trying to enhance it. Okay? So we're gonna just blend this honey in, and this is gonna give it a nice sweet kick. Just a roll off your tongue kind of flavor, you know what I mean? And taste. Right there, right there. On the outside of the thinner parts of the salmon, it starts to get darker. So anyway, it tells me that it's about done. So what I'm gonna do is just baste them with this sauce, and then I'm gonna flip the rack. I'm gonna flip them over after they're basted. Get some of that juice. Now I'm gonna just flip the rack. I'm gonna let these get charred up for a little bit, and then I'll add some of the base on this side as well. So they're looking good so far. So guys, right now we're gonna make the secret sauce. All right. I should clarify. You know what, guys? There's few elements that you're gonna always see, or should I say, few ingredients that you're gonna always see in my video, and that is something to do with coconut, red plantain. Okay, those are my two favorite or special item, and it's just an amazing amount of flavors in these two different ingredients, and I just want to incorporate as much as I can with using these flavors. So what we're gonna do now, I have some sweet potato that I cut up. All right, I also have red plantain and a little piece of green onion, along with just a little piece of ginger, because we already have ginger in this ingredient, in this mix over here, that we're gonna saute before we start cooking down our reduction sauce. So what I'm gonna do is toss this in the blender, okay, along with some coconut juice. So I'm gonna place this on the blender and get this into like a puree. Guys, starter sauce, I'm just gonna drop some little gems in there. Those are pimento berries. Okay, we don't want it to burn, we just want to get it melted so we can add our ingredients. So what I have here now, guys, is some onions along with some green onions. I left a full stalk. Then I have some ginger and thyme. That's all it is, guys. So we're gonna just get these caramelized just a bit so we kind of extract all those delicious flavor and fragrances out of them. You can smell that already, guys, in the butter. Wow. So what we're gonna do now is just add our puree that we blended earlier on. Seems like it's the right amount for the pot. And this is gonna just boil, guys, down to a reduction. So you're gonna get all that starchiness out of the sweet potato along with the flavor. You're gonna get that starchiness out of that ripe plantain along with the flavor. So everything is just gonna gel together with the coconut milk. It's gonna create a beautiful and tasty reduction, and it's gonna be complemented by all of those herbs, those green herbs that we added. This is my secret, guys, because I love when I tell you this, you know. I love you, and I thank you for the support. So I have all of my secret then, my favorite things then. Alright, so we're gonna let this just cook down at a low temperature. Alright, and we're gonna just monitor it as we go. Add a little bit of oil, just a little bit of salt for our quinoa. So what we have here, guys, we have a little bit of leftover coconut cream. This is optional, right? But we have some coconut cream along with some almond milk to make up the amount that we need for the amount of quinoa that we're cooking. We also added some thyme. Okay, so now we wash the quinoa and place it in the pot. Coconut milk is going to be delicious. Quinoa is a very small seed kind of wheat, so they stick to anything and everything, right? So you just have to not mind it. We've tossed some oil and a little bit of salt. Now I'm putting some black pepper and some asparagus. I'm just gonna do it like this. Make sure it's sealed. Make a nice little pouch towards the end. So we just want to sweat these. We want them semi-crunchy, okay? So we're going to place this in the oven as well. So now we're just going to plate some of the quinoa on the plate. Get a nice little heat there. You can add more if you want. That's good enough for me. I'm going to add a nice slice of my salmon. Woo! Oh, you could smell that flavor just bursting out of this, guys. So we're just going to put a few stalks. Then what we have here is our puree reduction sauce. Remember what's in this, guys? This ripe plantain, sweet potatoes, some natural herbs, and we're just gonna put a little bit of glaze over the. This is like a custard, guys. It's not a gravy, it's a custard. You're gonna mash this all up with the quinoa to give it a nice balance. And you know what? While I was at it, I also thought about making two dishes. So what I'm going to do is show you again what you can do with that. Right here we have some toast. What you can do as a good appetizer is place a bowl like that, and you can put some toast around, you know what I mean? And if you have a bowl of this, guys, trust me, after they eat all of these toast with it, it's a belly full. Okay, if you want to see me create this dish on its own, please say so, and I'll go through another recipe with it, but it would be the same ingredient. So here we have our finished product. I'm gonna dig into this and let you see. Bling! Drum roll, guys. Thank you once again. I'm here at my table where I'm gonna dig into this. As you can see, my mouth shiny already. I started eating other things, but just for you, I'm gonna taste here and let you see what is being presented before me. Okay, I'm gonna put down the knife on the floor. I'm gonna start with a little piece of toast, okay? And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna dip the toast into this creamy, lovely sauce that we have here, and I'm gonna tell you what it's like. Wow. It's making love to my inside. Guys, you can taste all that fabulous herbs, the creaminess from the coconut, the sweet potato flavors, the ripe plantain flavors. It's just bursting. It's just like a climax. So climatic, guys. So good. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try the sauce with the quinoa. So we're gonna get a little blend. My God. Let me make this. Oh my gosh. Guys, I haven't tried the salmon yet. But this in itself is a meal. If you're a vegetarian, it's a meal that you can love and experience and share. Guys, it's just climax everywhere. I mean, what can I say? I'm not lying to you. I'm digging into the fish now. You can smell that smokiness from the jerk marinade that we used. Tastes good, but I'm not swallow no bone. Guys, them food that will make you eat and dance. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Please try these menu. This is one of my favorite actually. You know, I'm a fish guy, and everything I try to cook and incorporate coconut in there in some ways or somehow. So try this recipe. It's a great introductory meal for a person who's not from where you're from the Caribbean mainly, and you can try it at home and enjoy it. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I appreciate your support.